Hello, KMA Tribe, friends, family, students, anybody else that found me here today. My name is Stephen Del Castillo. I'm the founder and chief master instructor at KMMA, Krav Maga Martial Arts, a leadership development academy that also happens to teach the most practical self-defense here in Tampa, Florida, now with locations in Lutz Land Lakes and Port Richey too. What I want to talk about today is three secrets of success, but there are three secrets towards success. I call the subject because that's an important distinction, right? Because there are so many secrets of success. And in fact, there are many more that aren't really secrets because we know what we're supposed to do in many cases, and we just sometimes lack the discipline, the stick to itiveness to do it. So there was a bonus one, I guess. But the three I want to talk about today is one I learned from Dan Henry's his name, a billionaire entrepreneur, and I learned it in a course that I took with him, I don't know, a year or two ago, about the knowledge walk. And it's been one of my favorite things that I've added to my morning rituals. So success, secret towards success number one is morning rituals. And if I'm going to give you a specific thing to make sure you include in your specific in your morning rituals, well, besides writing your goals, beginning and end of each day. But another one is the knowledge walk. I love the knowledge walk because, it's 3 miles. For me, it's 3 miles around a lake with my dog Krav and always listening to something great. This morning, I started an amazing book by Patrick Bet-David, really cool one called Choose Your Enemies Wisely. But it's all really on business strategy and growth. It's actually the first thing I have listened to from this particular author, even though I heard a lot about him, and I like it very much. The second secret to success I wanted to talk about is about having great mentors. And I talk about this a lot, right? Because in whatever areas of our life that we want to get better at, we have to have great mentors. And specifically in today's message, I wanted to drill down on the fact that one way to get great mentorship, even if you don't have great actual human, personal like teachers, like of course all the students at Krav Maga Martial Arts have their sensei as mentors, and I have great business mentors, some who are also my students, but just very successful people that help mentor me and others in my industry and out. Because something that I learned with an organization called Life Leadership years ago was that you have to make sure that you choose mentors with fruit on the tree in the area you want to get better. So I have mentorships in relationship and family stuff, and I have mentors in business stuff and mentors in every area that we should have mentors in every area of our life where we deem important. But the point is that a lot of my greatest mentorship has come also from a reading, right? I told you I started a great book on my knowledge walk this morning, but another interesting thing that happened on my knowledge walk was I was texting with somebody who's a friend and a student and a mentor. He knows who he is. When he sees this, he'll be like, "Oh, that was me." Because I was talking through Siri. We were texting because I was on my knowledge walk, and he had reviewed something that I had sent him, and he had some comments, and one of them was that he didn't understand the acronyms of them. He had some good comments about the document I was working on, and he said, "I don't understand all the acronyms, though." So when I caught myself, it was kind of interesting. I said, "Well, this, ACDC stands for attraction, conversion, delivery, and collection, and those are the 4 stages of business." I learned it in a book by Michael Michalowicz, and then KRA stands for key results area, and I learned that in a course by Dave Ramsey, and there was a couple of things like that, and I realized, wow, how many things have I learned and applied from the things that I have read, either hard read, in a hard book like these. Wrote that one, or that I've listened to on Audible. I love Audible. I told you already about the knowledge walk. But the point is, and I think it's key, that because a lot of people read books passively, the key is to consume them actively and say, okay, what are the actionable items that I'm going to apply to my business, to my system, to my life today? In fact, the one that I just mentioned from Patrick Bet-David, it's amazing. There's, in addition to the great business advice already, there's great marriage advice. I mean, it's a good book. I like it. But this leads to the third one I wanted to share. And we teach about this in my academy all the time, so therefore I talk about it all the time. But it's when, what's important next, and how when applies to the law of the process when it comes to what we should be reading and studying. I think that a lot of people do that haphazardly too. And what we should really be consuming is what we specifically need next for where we want to go next. Obviously, early in your career, when you're developing your specific skill as a doctor or a lawyer, martial arts instructor, whatever it is, that's the most important thing. And then once you have that, though, you also, once you have the what you do, then there's all these other important elements of that makes you do it well. And that's true again in a marriage, in another relationship, and certainly in a business. So those are three of the secret towards success that I've been developing over the last few decades and applying, and that I am grateful for. And I hope they'll be useful for you wherever you find yourself today as well. Make it a great one. I really should close with prepare to live, empower to lead.